Well, we built this shed in '94, like the calves weren't always reared in a shed as snug as this, I can guarantee you that. We're farming here at Mount Forest, Gorey.
So we're farming here for 90 years.
We milk about 85 cows here. We rear the calves, from calves up to beef, to keep the Frisian heifers for replacements. We try for 20 every year. We go limousine then when the AI is taken out. We have a market there for limousine heifers, for sucklers. The cows are mostly probably 70% British Frisian, 30% Holstein. You want the cow calves, you make sure and get beestons into the calf, disinfect the navel, and sure after a couple of hours you take the calf off. You can make sure and bring it in here into a good calf bed, and in the week or any time along, if there's a calf has a wet tail or any sign of a scour, which we get very, very little of, he's took out of the shed straight away. He's went to a stable on his own. He's watched and give electrolytes for a couple of days. And sure, if he's dry in a day or two and he's perfect, you bring him back in here and that's it, like, you know.
The cows are put to the automatic feeder. They're fed till 80 days till the feeder is, well, they're finished weighing them off. That's about it then, and then we move to another shed. They get meal and straw for feeding.
Shane McGuckin is my name. I work in Gorey Veterinary Hospital, where I'm a partner there with my wife Lindy, a member of the XL Vet Group. Traditionally, our cattle practice was about 50% dairy, but that has grown over the last few years with the abolition of the quotas up to about 70%. Small number of sheep still coming in, but mostly dairy. Yeah, very compact calving in North Wexford. We're here in John and William Stacey's farm. They have had some trouble with pneumonia. This wall here was sheeted. But to increase the ventilation, they put in some Yorkshire boarding and some space boarding down at the far end. And yeah, they feel this has made a big difference.
Well, we built this shed in '94, like the calves weren't always reared in a shed as snug as this, I can guarantee you that. But we met a friend of mine called Gary Doyle, and he's a good man with steel, good man. Went off and bought a load of steel and we got it ourselves and we got it there. We couldn't out yours with an angle around that when you should be in the bed, but we got it there anyway. Last year there was side sheeting on that shed that was shoved out in the wall at the bottom by a foot, but there wasn't proper ventilation in it. We Gary brought it off the Shawsey shed with that Yorkshire, double Yorkshire board and one board outside the other. And that is a great job because the rain can't get in, but the air can. And you know, you'll always feel air in the shed now compared with before. It was always, like, you get a bit stuffy, like, you know. And the calves are content, they're happy, they're not, you know, no chills or anything so far this year anyway.
I always, when I'm going into a calf shed, the smell is very important, okay? So if the air smells fresh, and yet if you're not cold, then the ventilation usually is working, yeah. But if there's a humid smell or a musty smell, you haven't got enough airflow and it's not healthy for the calves.
We have the calf feeder now, this is I think it's about the 4th year. Like before that now, like, you'd be here in the mornings and you'd be feeding calves till 10 o'clock. But now, like, you just check the stations in the morning. Every morning you check the feed station before you do anything. Before you'd be racing in at 10:30, starving with the hunger after feeding calves. But the calf feeder, like, they're worth their weight in gold. Like.
The springtime is so busy, both for ourselves and for the farmer, that if we can prevent the diseases and have the prevention programs in place, that works better for us. And also, you know, bad cases of pneumonia, the response to treatment can be poor, and that's not it's not satisfactory for us. You know, there's no joy if we can't cure the calf or get them to thrive again, and the same for the farmer. So we find that all in all, the prevention program is the best option.
Well, it was mostly in weanlings we got the pneumonia. But at that time we was getting calves too, because they weren't in great sheds, they weren't in great...
Oh, sheds were bad. Yeah, we haven't had any pneumonia over the last few years.
You might get an odd one with a little chill, like, you know, but a shot will cure it. Well, like, from 3 weeks on, well, there could be some of them 3, more than 3.5, could be 2.5, whatever the calves you get in, you do a pen of them and that's it.
They're trying to do everything they can from the environmental point of view and from a preventative point of view to reduce the amount of pneumonia they get. So, you know, they're prepared to vaccinate, they're prepared to invest in this problem?
Well, the way I look at a vaccine is, I think prevention is better than any cure. That's my method on vaccines. I know we spend a lot of money here on vaccines and things, but if you have 1 or 2 calves dying or weanlings, you don't belong spending the price of vaccines. But like, as even in ourselves, sure, prevention is better than any cure. Like, that's my method anyway. You know, and once you have them done, they're done.
They have their vaccination program in place here. They want to give the animals protection before they get sick, so that they won't lose any thrive, and so that the levels of pneumonia won't get established in the shed, which is the best way to tackle it, really. You know, it's much easier to prevent it. And I suppose with the legislation tightening up on antibiotic usage and everything, that's what we're trying to aim for at the moment.
Like, the healthy calf will always go ahead. You know, like, you have an old calf that gets pneumonia. That lad's a straggler, like, you know.
Yeah, he's going backwards.
He's going backwards. You're pushing him the whole time then, like. He's out with 20 more, and sure, they'll be at the top before he'll be ahead. He'll get very little, but the rest of them will get a good feed.
So the Stacys here are using a vaccination program from 2 weeks of age with Bovillus intranasal, and that is working well for them over the last couple of years.
Well, sure, like, we wouldn't stop using that vaccine because, like, it keeps every calf healthy. I wouldn't stop using it anyway. I would recommend it to other people if they're getting bothered. That's the way it is.
I'm William Stacey.
And I'm John Stacey, and this is our Bovillus story.